Hi, it's Mike from Lanzarote Information, and I'm fuming. I'm really annoyed about some of the press we're getting as an island in the British newspapers at the moment. I was walking back towards Costa Mar from Matagorda, and I was sort of running through my mind about the article I was going to write to refute all this, and I thought, oh, let's use the time while I'm walking and actually record a video telling you all about it. So I'm going to spin the camera around so you're not looking at my mug while I'm walking and you can see what I'm seeing. But in the meantime, I'll just keep talking. So in the last 24 hours, I've had maybe 30 to 40 emails from readers sending me links to articles from British newspapers that range from ones I've never heard of before to the bigger ones like the Daily Express, the Daily Mail and so on. And there are two key stories. One is the common theme is Lanzarote is on the brink of collapse. And that relates to the protest that's taking place here on the 20th of April. The other one, which is just astonishing, is that government warns tourists in the Canary Islands that Morocco are sending ships there. And someone actually sent me an email with the subject line war with 3 question marks on it. So let's kill the first one first, then I'll talk about the second one and give you the true story on it. And at the end of it, I'll explain to you why these awful British newspapers do this. Well, the first story is the Moroccan warships one, and the Moroccan Navy are doing some exercises about 100 nautical miles off the coast. In the same area that the Spanish Navy, the American Navy, the British Navy do exercises. They're perfectly entitled to do it. It's international waters. Spain is actually quite friendly with Morocco. There's not really any chance of a war. The Spanish Navy has 21,000 personnel versus the Moroccans 7,000 odd, so it's much, much bigger. And bear in mind that Spain, of course, is a member of NATO, so if there was ever any threat from Morocco, and there isn't, it really wouldn't be an issue to deal with it. It's just a completely made up story, and I'm fuming about it and just upset that people are getting worried by it. Completely unnecessary. Now the second story is one that relates to the protests that's taking place across the Canary Islands, and it's being sold in the British tabloid press as Lanzarote being on the brink of collapse, that there's no housing, there's not enough water, there's not enough this, there's not enough that, and it's a real big problem. We do have too much tourism here, for sure, at the moment. The numbers have jumped from 2.6 million in 2016 to 3.2 million last year. In a lot of places, you just sort of build more resource. You'd build another airport, you'd get a load more buses in, you'd put more roads in and stuff like that. But Lanzarote is a biosphera reserve, so people are keen not to grow it anymore. So the answer is to have a little bit less tourism, and that's part of what the protest is, but most of it is that there is not enough affordable housing for people who live here. And that is being put down by the protesters to the explosive growth in homes being rented out, apartments and villas being rented out for holidays here. And they are protesting about that. The government are reacting in some way. They are talking about introducing a new letting law that will limit the number of properties that can be put over to that market. But that's probably a year away from being enacted, so people are going to protest about it. Inevitably, when you have an issue like that, there is a small subset of extremists, and it is very small, in the Canary Islands, who are basically the real-life equivalent of social media trolls. So they're taking images of signs saying tourists go home and stuff like that. There is absolutely, I've been in Puerto del Carmen all morning, there is absolutely 100% no feeling of discomfort. Nobody wants the tourists to go home. Everybody with any common sense here realises that all of us, whether we're involved directly in the tourism business or not, are reliant on tourism because it's a massive, massive part of the island's GDP. So you really don't need to worry about it. Just relax, have your usual holiday here, and everything will be fine. And we'll gradually sort out finding a way of reducing the numbers to a slightly more sensible level. So the obvious question now is, why do the British tabloids do this? It's all about clickbait. Every single one of those articles, when I clicked it to read it, took me to a page that was swamped with adverts, video ads served specifically to me because I'd been searching, for example, for an electric bike or a particular type of camera. And they make money from the adverts. They make money for your eyeballs, basically. So when you get one of those links and you send it to me and I read it, the Daily Mail, the Daily Express or whatever is earning money because I've seen those adverts. It's only a fraction of a cent per eye. But if they can find something that will get people so fired up that they'll share the article and tell all their mates about it and send it to their WhatsApp groups, and they start to get hundreds of thousands and millions of eyeballs onto those ads, they earn tens or hundreds of thousands of pounds. So that's why they do it. And they come up with the most outrageous headline because that's what will get you to click to read it. And the only way to stop this happening is to stop sharing that information, stop clicking it. When you see a headline like Morocco sending warships to Canary Islands in the Daily Mail or the Daily Express or one of those newspapers, you know it's not right. Just check back to Lanzarote information, and believe me, I'll be the first to report any war going on in the Canary Islands. So don't click on it. If you stop clicking on those, they will stop producing those headlines. Most of the articles are actually written by AI. One of the papers I was looking at, the journalist's byline was actually, I can't think of the right word, where letters are jumbled around in the name. And when you looked at it carefully, you could see their name was "I am a robot." So they're written by AI, and what AI does is it analyses the sort of articles that people are clicking in other newspapers, and then it says, right, we need one about this because this is getting loads and loads of clicks and therefore earning loads and loads of money. So there you go, not the coolest or craftiest of videos or cleverest of editing or anything like that, but I really just wanted to try and address this, and if nothing else, get it off my chest, because as I say, I'm walking along here thinking how angry this is making me and how our tourists are wasting their time contacting me because they're worried, and I understand that, and in turn wasting my time having to reply to them saying, look, it's all just a load of rubbish, don't worry about it, ignore it, everything's fine. So there you go. Once again, apologies for the possibly poor quality of the video. I'll have a look at it when I get home, and if there's any editing that needs doing, I'll try and do it, but it's going to be pretty raw and it is from the heart. Please do, if you like this kind of thing, subscribe to let me know, or like the video or something. So and please share it, by the way. But yeah, like the video, and just to let me know that you want more of this sort of thing. If you think it's a load of rubbish, put a comment in below and say, no, Mike, we prefer your normal videos, which aren't quite so ranty as this one. So that's me signing off from a beautiful, beautiful hot day in Puerto del Carmen. I'm heading back to the car now. Good news is I've done all my meetings, so I can get the air conditioning on in the car and chill out on the way home, where I've got a lot more work to do, but at least it will be in air-conditioned comfort. Bye for now, everyone.